go, you have to take them with you. My first time coming back Liberia, I can't let my daughter stay. So they keep telling me, let your daughter stay and play. So I let my daughter play that day and I went out. I came back. So the next day for us to come back, we came back to New Jersey. When we got back, 2 days, my daughter fell. She started having spare. I said, oh my God, I started crying. I said, what happened to my daughter so I heard my daughter, she was just getting weak and weak, so I started screaming. I said, God, I just went back home to Liberia and this is happening to my 4-year-old daughter. I started crying. So I said, I'm not driving. I put her on my shoulder. I said, I called the ambulance. The ambulance was taking so long to come. So I started screaming. I put my baby on my shoulder. I went to the bus stop. I was stopping the police car. The police car was moving. Then I took the taxi. I said, let me carry her to the hospital. I carried her to the hospital. She was just weak. I said, God, what took me to Liberia with my daughter? I started crying. So I carried her to the doctor. They said, nothing wrong with her. I said, but then why she keep having spare? I said, this is a 4-year-old. They said, you discharged, take her home. I brought her home. She felt good. The next day, I said, no, I'm not driving. Let me take her to the mall. I took her to the mall. I said, I'm not going to drive. I took the bus. When we got there, she fell again. She started having spare. I said, you know what? I'm not going to take my daughter to the hospital. I'm going to take my daughter and call ProphetFavor. So I took the taxi from the mall straight home. When I got home, I laid her on the carpet. I started dying. ProphetFavor had to get me. I said, God, my daughter going to die today. ProphetFavor not picking up the phone. I called him 3 times, 4 times. He wasn't picking up. The last time he picked up the phone, it was 10:30 in the morning. So he said, what happened, Fontaine? I said, ProphetFavor, my daughter is dying. Remember what in Liberia, what to the revival? He said, yeah, because when he went to the revival, I was there. So he said, what happened? I said, my daughter having spare. He said, you know what, come down, Fontaine. I said, the girl died. I'm going to lose my daughter. She was just 20, having spare. I said, what? I took my daughter to Liberia. ProphetFavor said, you got oil? I said, yes. Go get salt. Go get lemon. You got lemon, right? I said, yes. I put everything together. He said, lay her down on the floor. I laid her down on the floor. And then I started rocking. ProphetFavor was telling me what to do. After a while, then she started breathing. She started coming to herself. I said, Ma, God is good. I said, Ma, what happened? I said, don't die. Leave me alone crying. I said, what happened? She was just crying. She said, Mommy, I see something walking in front of me, a 4-year-old daughter. I said, well, I took my daughter to Liberia. ProphetFavor said, stop getting anxious. Rub the girl, rub the girl. So I was just rubbing her. Then she came to herself. She came to herself. She came to herself. The boy, the love. She started coming to herself. She came, she hugged me. She said, Mommy, I'm feeling better. Since that time, since July, my daughter never has spare again. My daughter never fell again. I will tell you one thing. You shouldn't overlook the oil. You shouldn't overlook ProphetFavor. This is a man of God. I'm a living witness. That's why I'm testifying tonight. ProphetFavor is a true man of God. So what happened to my daughter from May until this time? Nothing like that ever happened to my daughter again. Brother and sister, I will tell you all tonight, don't take this prayer line for granted. This is a real man of God. You shouldn't take ProphetFavor for granted. Whatever he said gonna happen, going to happen. So my daughter from that day, she's okay now. She never had nothing like that again. So this oil is very powerful. So Christians, brother and sister, you try and